Hello and welcome to part 3 of Microsoft Excel course for beginners. In part 3, we will learn how to enter, edit and remove data from the cell. In part 2, we have already discussed how to create and save a workbook. Let's see what all topics we will cover in part 3. Now, we will learn how to enter numbers, text, date and time, how we can use formulas on the data we enter on a worksheet. After entering the data, there are certain times where you want to modify or edit the content, or you want to remove it altogether. So in this part, we will be covering all these topics. Now let's talk about the workbook over here. I have a blank workbook. When we talk about data, it can be in the form of numbers, text, date, time, formulas which we enter in a spreadsheet. So for example, if I enter something over here, say month, so it's a text type of data. So we can have text, we can put labels, we can have numbers, we can on those numbers we can perform some calculation using formulas and functions. To enter data in a cell, we have to bring the pointer to that particular cell where we want to enter the data. Say for example, I want to enter data in this particular cell C2, this one. So just have to make it the active cell, and once it is active, you just have to start typing the contents. Say I am taking a small example which we will be using for formulas as well. Say we enter month over here. Next I say sales. Then we have date over here. Just click on the cell wherever you want to enter the data and type. Say time. So what we have done, clicking on a cell and then entering the data. Let's talk about entering text on a Excel sheet. When we say text or labels, it can be alphabets from A to Z, or it can be a combination of text and numbers. Now when we enter some data in the form of a text or label, we use it only for headings or names of the columns. No calculation is being performed on those alphabets or alphanumeric number. By default, till the time you change the setting, the text is left aligned in your cells. Let's see what we mean by left aligned. For example, this is the cell where I want to enter the data. Say I want to enter this particular month name. So if I type, you can see it is touching the left boundary, so it is left aligned. If I want to enter some text over here, say this particular box over here, I click on it and I say. So this is how we enter text in our Excel sheet. Now we want to enter some numbers on our Excel sheet. Now numbers can be in the form of 0 to 9, it can be negative numbers, it can be positive numbers. Together with numbers, we can put them in within parentheses, we can place dollar signs, percentage. And keep in mind, whenever we enter a number in a cell, it is always, by default, it is right aligned. So I said we can enter number in a cell. So if I want to enter the sales data over here, just click on that particular cell, that is D3, and start typing. Say I say the sales is 2500. Here the sales is 4000. Here the sale is 5000. And over here the sale is 500. Let's put some months for this particular column here. Say we are trying to enter the month sales for each of these month. So we have in column C, we have some text type of data which is left aligned, and in column D we have sales data, numbers which are right aligned. Now I said ki we can have negative numbers also. So how to enter negative numbers? Just click on a cell. Either you enter the data in parenthesis, something like this, opening parenthesis and closing parenthesis, and press the enter key. You can see the number is negative. Another way, directly you can put a minus sign, that too will work, and press the enter key. You can see both the ways. Over here I did put parenthesis, over here I have simply placed a minus sign. Now for positive numbers, you can enter the data with a plus sign, but that plus sign will be removed by default. Say if I write something plus 4000 and press the enter key, you can see it is a positive number. Now let's talk about entering date and time in our cells, in our active cells. So if you want to enter the date, the format by default is MMDDYY, that is month, day and year. So you can use slashes, you can use hyphens, whichever way you want. You can enter the date over here. Let's say if I say something like 12/2/2021 and press the key, you can see the date over here. This is kind of a date type of data. And if you want to see whether these data, what type of data these cells are containing, if you see home tab and under the number group over here, you can see by default this is the number format over here. So if we see over here, it is the number format. Over here if I click, it is the date type. You can see, you can make out. Let's try and enter some more data, say 09/12/2020. Again it is the date time. Now for entering time, now let us try and see how we can enter the time. Simply put a column. You can see this is your hours, minutes and seconds. We can also specify other type of format for our date and time. We will see in the formatting part when we talk about formatting the content of our Excel workbook. Then we will talk about formatting these in the form of a long date or a short date, or if you want to specify some other format, or if you want, you can change the hours, minutes, second in some other format. That can also be done. Say if I say 13/12/12, this is my date. Let's talk about formulas. Now as you all know, when we work with some formula in maths, it is an expression where we have a number, we have an arithmetic symbol which performs some kind of a calculation. Say if we want to calculate the simple interest, so we have the formula principal into rate into time upon 100. So we have those arithmetic symbols plus the numbers on which we perform the calculation. Similarly here in Excel also we have a formula which is an expression that can include number, any number on which we are trying to perform the calculation, the cell address, the operators, the parentheses, etc. Now if we want to enter a formula, the first and the foremost requirement is click on the cell wherever you want the calculation. Say in this example, I want to calculate the total of sales of these 4 months. So I want the answer in this cell, that is D8. So I have made it the active cell. And once the cell is active, your formula always starts with an equal to sign. Place an equal to sign. You can see in the formula bar also, you can see the same content. So either you enter the formula over here, or you can go to the formula bar and you can enter the formula in the formula bar. I have placed an equal to sign. Once you have placed the equal to sign, it is followed by your cell references. That is, which all cell you want to include in your formula where your number is present, and you want to perform some calculation on those cells. Over here my sales data is in cell D3, D4, D5 and D6. So in simple terms, what will be my formula? I want to add all these things. So one method is you can write 2500 plus 4000 plus 5000 plus 500, or you can include these cell references. So this is the first one, D3. The moment you click, you can see it has been entered over here. Place a plus sign. Next one which I want is D4. So either I can type D4 or I can simply click on this particular cell where my data is present, and it will appear in the formula because this is the active cell. Again I place a plus sign. Next one I want is D5. Again put a plus sign. Next one, the 500, the cell in which 500 is written, D6. So I can type D6 and press the enter key. So here you got the result, that is the sum of, you can see in the formula bar. Now I already told you ki in the formula bar your data, whatever content is present in your cells, that will be shown. So in this particular cell we have the formula. Since this is a formula, so your formula bar will show the formula of this particular value. So you have D3, D4, D5, D6, and the total or the calculation is being done in D8, and you can see this formula. You can also place parentheses around this formula, no problem with that. If you want, you can place parentheses. Till now we have discussed how to enter text in our Excel sheet. This particular column C, months, we have the months over here. This is in the form of text. In column D we have tried entering numbers over here. Your sales data is in the form of numbers. In column E you have date type of data. In column F you have time. So, and in column D8, in column D and cell 8 you have a formula, a very simple formula where we have tried calculating the sum of all these cells. Now there are certain times where you want to edit the cell content. Say for example, I want to change the data which is in cell D6. I want to, instead of 500, I want to make it 1000. So what should I do? Click on this cell, make it the active cell. You can simply overwrite it. Simply type in the new data and press the enter key. You can see your cell D6 data has been changed to 1000. Second method is make it this active cell. Go to your formula bar, make changes over here. Say instead of 1000 I want to make it 2000, and press the enter key. Now whenever you are trying to enter the data in the formula bar, the next portion on the left hand side of the formula bar, there you can see 2-3 more options available. One is the cancel, the enter and the function. Now cancel is same as your delete key. Your enter, this tick mark is same as your enter key, and if you press the function over here, it will help you in entering function. I want to confirm this data 2000 over here. I can press the enter key. I can also press the tick mark over here. The data will be finalized. Now another thing which you should see over here, if I am making some changes in the content of my Excel workbook, say I am making changes in the sales for the month of April, the moment you change it and this particular cell is being used in any formula, that formula will automatically change the calculation. You don't have to change the calculation, it will be changed on its own. For example, we have D3, this particular cell I want to make it as 3000. So simply clicking on that cell, I am overwriting the content. This is known as overwriting. That is, you are trying to overwrite the entire content of this cell and press the enter key. The moment I change the data, the total automatically changes. There's something known as partial overwriting. I can make it the active cell. I can click somewhere inside this cell, place the cursor over there. I can make some changes, partial changes, instead of overwriting the entire cell content, and press the enter key. Automatically the cell content will change, and the data which we have over here, the total amount which is in this cell, it will also change. Now let us talk about deleting some content from my Excel sheet. Say for example, I have some data over here, say I have some data in this particular column and I want to remove it. So just click on that cell and press the delete key. Your data will be removed. Another method is you can click on home tab, and in your home tab under your editing group, you have a clear option over here. You can click on this clear option. You can see all these options over here. You can clear the formats if you have applied on a cell. You can clear the contents of the cell. Let's try this option over here. Say this one. This is my data over here, 3, 4, 5, 6 in cell H4. In my home tab under editing group, I go to clear option and I say clear the content. The data will be removed. One more method of removing the data is, if this is the data in my cell, make it active, right click while your content is being highlighted, your active cell is there, you can right click. Here also you get the option of clearing the content. You can select clear content. The data from the cell will be deleted. So in this part, in part 3 of Microsoft Excel course for beginners, we have discussed how to enter text, numbers, date and time on our Excel sheet. Plus we have also discussed how we can enter simple formulas for calculation in our Excel sheet. And another thing which we have discussed is how we can edit or modify the cell content and remove the cell content altogether. In the next part, we will discuss more about formulas and function. Thank you.